Today we're talking about hair, my Sisterlocks to be specific. Hi and welcome, or welcome back to Chris the Stylista, where we find style in the happy medium between minimalism and maximalism. For me, an important part of style is how I choose to wear my hair. And I have worn Sisterlocks for 2.5 years. Prior to Sisterlocks, I transitioned from relaxer for 1.5 years with braids. My installation was 2 days, starting at 6 a.m. every day, with a total of 36 hours, and that includes the span of time for lunch, dinner, bathroom breaks, things of that nature. I did have to watch the Sisterlocks video during my install, and it was interesting. It was good information to have. The video was quite dated. I hope that they have revised, updated that video, because it looked very late 80s, early 90s. Very useful information. I know people say that you shouldn't say that there's an ugly stage of Sisterlocks, but I will show my pictures and you can be the judge. I didn't think it was too cute, but I had a vision because I trusted my consultant and I watched a lot of videos about the Sisterlock journey, and I knew it would eventually get to the fullness that I desired if I maintained it well and went to my appointments regularly. And that's exactly what I did. I did follow the advice of my consultant pretty much to the letter, because I did not want to end up with a lot of slippage or uneven locks or breakage. And I'd say for the most part, it turned out pretty darn good. After my first wash, which was about 2 weeks after installation, there was a lot of shrinkage, and I'll show you a picture of that. But it wasn't as sparse looking after the first wash, and every wash following, my hair would look more thick and I had less of that plucked chicken look. After about 6 months, my ends started to curl, and I didn't even know my ends could curl. I have 4B hair in the front and 4C in the crown and 4C everywhere else. And so I didn't know my hair could even do that, but yeah. So 6 months was the mark where I really started to see the fullness and the real Sisterlocks look. And after that, I would see a little bit of growth every few reties. And I got to a point where I stopped looking in the mirror, doing length checks, and just lived my life. At about 2 years is when I started seeing significant growth after each retie. Now I'm going to show you some of the products I use for my Sisterlocks. 1 second. First thing that I recommend, getting a bottle with a nozzle for diluting your shampoo. This allows you to get in between the braided and banded sections and to really get that shampoo to your scalp, because that's what's most important when you have Sisterlocks, is to keep your scalp clean. The first shampoo that I tried after my Sisterlocks, Design Essentials Peppermint and Aloe, which I think is a great shampoo if you're laying in a shampoo bowl and the soap is not getting in your eyes. But if you get the starter shampoo or this in your eyes, you'll want to pluck them out and wash them yourself. As an alternative, after 2 years of being locked, I'll show you the shampoo I use now. It's the Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight shampoo. It won't burn out your eyeballs if you are applying it yourself in the shower. And what's so great about it is that it already has an application nozzle, also bands. So I have some of these, and of course I just use them to put my hair back when I'm in a rush or whatever, to make my top knot if I need to. But also you have these, and I'll share a link to these. I purchased them from Amazon, and of course they're for braiding and banding your hair. I don't generally lay my edges, but my sisters do, and they know exactly the products to get for it. So this is the only gel that I found that would really lay down my 4B4C hair. It is the Sade Liwa Cosmetics Extra Strong Hold Edge Control. And as you can see, you may not be able to see, but it says Edge Control 4C formulated. Yeah. So instead of playing all these games with gels, I'll link this too, because this has been a wonderful product. And of course, you have your edge brushes. And I have a few scarves to lay the edges overnight. But as I mentioned, I don't usually lay my edges. I'm just prepared to lay my edges. I'm just prepared. But yeah, I want to let my hair be. I want it to be in its natural state, and I don't want buildup. If I do lay my edges, it will be right before a shampoo. Other really important items include clamps. So these are really helpful when you're braiding and banding. They're also really helpful if you are self-retying. Another helpful item is a large microfiber towel, and I do mean large. The brand of this one is Scala, I believe, Scala. And I ordered it from Amazon. I actually ordered 2. And interestingly enough, the towel came with instructions. Okay. I cannot find my lock tool to save my life, but I'll definitely link it below. It is not the Sisterlocks tool, because for me, the Sisterlock tool, doing my self reties, it feels like I'm ripping my hair. And of course, it's fine to have a Sisterlock consultant use the tool that they were designed to use to do your hair. It just feels different when you're the one putting tension on your hair to make that happen. Easy Lock, that's what it is. So I use the Easy Lock tool. And I'll show you a 360. Oh, one more thing about my hair. For many years, I've had like a spot right here that has been a little weaker in the back of my hair. And I thought once I went natural that it would go away magically, and it hasn't. So it's something that I plan on talking to my dermatologist about. Upon my next visit, I'll show you my hair, warts and all. Oh, yeah, and also because of that little spot, and I'm not a center part girl, but I will occasionally give it a go. So I'll just split it down the middle there, and the rest can kind of go, to the back, so I can have a little bit more coverage back there. So edges. My consultant, Sisterlocks consultant, like every time you go back, they will find a new place to make a lot. So be aware of that. Your edges are probably the most vulnerable, and when you braid and band, you might have to put these in smaller sections because they are most likely to slip. So just be aware of that. I get my hair retied every 6 weeks. I've done a full retie myself once during lockdown, and it took me about a week. So thank you for watching. I'll be sure to add all of my tools that I discussed in the description. If you have any questions about my personal Sisterlocks experience, please share them in the comments. Please understand that everybody's experience is unique, and I'm not a consultant, so there are some things that I may not be able to provide you an answer about. I asked my consultant, but she's eventually gonna say, well, can't they call me? Yes, you can. So I'll also make sure to share her contact information to her business if you're interested. Thank you. See you next time.